Hey everybody, Ali here, playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Let's go over all these updates that we got since Kyrie EX and that Hercules High Score Challenge dropped. So much to go over. Let's move through these quickly. Now that we finished rating for Union armors, we now move into yet another Lux Rankings week, this time solo Lux Rankings, where a lot of jewels are on the line. For the first place player in each Union, you will get 5,000 free jewels at the end of the week. Second to fifth gets 3,000, so on and so forth. The jewels for Party Lux Rankings, however, remains the same, 500 for top 10, 400 for top 50, and so on. So, man, we can't catch a break. They really want us to keep rating and rating. Feels like we've been rating forever, though. But when jewels are on the line, hey, people will keep grinding, right? As far as the Union armor goes, it is safe now to move back into your original Union if you happen to move to get a different kind of armor that you preferred. It's safe to go back now per the notice, although some people have also chosen to kind of stay put until the rewards actually get delivered. That happens on Tuesday at around 3 p.m. In Japan. So you can hang tight for a little while longer. Armors are coming soon with that shiny Lux background. Let's keep going here. We got our last two foretellers arriving in a double banner format that we're used to seeing by now. Open from now through October 6th, these two banners. The first one is Invi HD version EX. She is the Union leader for Anguis. And every time we do a 10 pull on this banner, we'll receive at least one of 6 guaranteed reprints with an EX in there. Also get 10 VIP coins and a Sid 5. Here's a closer look at Invi. She's tier 7 guilt, has a voice quote, and has that same dearly beloved Unchained Key mix as all the foretellers do. She will come with 5 dots filled in if you pull her from this banner. And let's talk about her ability. Invi HD version EX is an AoE medal that for 2 turns will buff your magic base attack by 7 tiers, lower enemies general defense 2 tiers, lower enemies magic base defense by 7 tiers, and is stronger when there's only one enemy remaining in the group. Now, she will not reduce enemies' revenge counters, deals 4 hits, costs 1 gauge, and has a range multiplier between 9.96 up to 13.56 at max guilt. This is, of course, the magic counterpart, magic version of Ased EX and also Gula EX, and they finally fixed the bug on these medals. The description for the ability now specifically mentions raid boss battles and raid boss stun points or limbs. So when you break the limbs, when you stun them, then she will get stronger. It's specifically mentioned now, so we can be assured that they fixed this. When their limbs up, she'll deal the AoE damage with the lower multiplier, and when they go down, she deals the higher damage at that 13.56. Kind of what you expect. And the reprints this time, the tier 5 Sora EX is finally here as a 1 of 6 guaranteed reprint. There's also Birth by Sleep Mickey HD Beast 0.2 Kyrie, SP Ansem, and also Tyree are back. We'll talk about that in a bit. And these double foreteller banners, they have a Mercy. It's Mercy at 15. So pick the one that you want to go after, and if you don't pull it within 14, you'll definitely get it on your 15th pull. Let's hop over to the other banner. We have Ira HD version EX, Union leader for Unicornus. All the details are the same. Here's a closer look. All these have 3 trait slots, will come with 5 dots filled in, tier 7 guild. Now we get to the ability. Yes, you see that in yellow. Ira HD version EX is an AoE medal that for 2 turns will buff your upright medal's attack by 1 tier, lower your enemy's PSM defense all 3 colors by 7 tiers, lower enemy's general defense 2 tiers, and is stronger when there's only 1 enemy remaining in the group or when all the limbs are down during a raid boss battle. He will not reduce the enemy's revenge counters and is a 1-hitter. He deals just 1 hit, which is great for high score challenges, of course. and he costs 1 gauge and has a range multiplier between 9.96 up to 13.56 at max guild. So not like Asset or Gula or Invi, more closely related to Ava, I think, in terms of ability, because the PSM down by 7, all 3 colors, and the -2 GDD and the rest of the ability, they're all the same. Instead of the +2 PSM defense that Ava has, however, he's actually going to give you the new kind of buff for upright metals. And I like to call that the sun buff, so he gives you 1 tier of the sun buff, and you get to do that for 2 turns, so you get to roll that over. And this is, of course, the second metal in the game that has this, so it'll work beautifully with Kyrie EX if you have one. So that makes him, in my opinion, pretty special. You know, anyone who's either has a Kyrie EX or played with Kyrie EX or watched a video of someone running Kyrie EX knows just how powerful this new sun buff is, and we just want more. People with Kyrie EX are copying Kyrie, and now you have another option of building up that sun buff. Here's Ira. And between the 2 banners, I mean, the reprints are the same, but nowadays I feel like, you know, Kyrie EX is just so crucial to have moving forward in the game, that if you don't have her already, you really should be pulling on that banner, especially because it's falling price. But the kind of catch is, once you've picked up Kyrie EX and then you go and look at this banner and you see the 0.2 Kyrie in here and you see Tyree in here, and those you just don't have a need for those anymore once you pick up your Kyrie EX. And you know, maybe, I mean, you get to roll traits on them, but the power level difference is still gonna be huge. Pulling the, like, one of these foretellers isn't gonna make up for the fact that, you know, that you don't have a Kyrie EX. So for players who don't have her already, I think my recommendation would be to just keep pulling on that banner until she drops. Reroll your account if you have to. But once you have her, you can come over here. You can decide how many pulls you got. If you have the means to go all the way to a Mercy for Invi or Ira, if you're going after these, because, you know, there's bound to be some 0.2 Kyries and also Tyries along the way, and you just feel bad once you have that Kyrie EX and then you see these older Kyries. Oof. But good luck to anyone pulling. That's what that's what makes this decision kind of hard about these banners. Anyway, let's move on. We also have the 4th wave of Reprint Avatar boards open from now through October 1st. If you haven't got these already, they're going to cost you 2,000 jewels a piece to open. We've got some really, really old boards with some really, really old skills. The Alice in Wonderland is definitely way outdated. Only buy it if you love the outfit. This Royal Meki costume, however, is still pretty outdated, but the good thing about this is it has the hat that gives you skill at +9. Although if you've been playing and you're within the top 100 parties last week, the Union kind of armor mask part will give you that same skill luck or skill perk, so also not really necessary. But then the Pirates of the Caribbean, this set of avatar parts actually has current skills. That's Lux and Attack Up XL 100, and also Ability 1 and Attack Up XL 100, and Guard Up M100. That's even in Coliseum this month also. So between the 3 boards, this is definitely the one to get if you have the spare jewels and you haven't gotten them already. Let's keep going. For VIPs this week, Super Combination Quest is back again. You guys know the drill. Also for VIPs, we have 2 reprint VIP medals, Aqua and Stitch, and illustrated VV7 copies of each, as well as a brand new avatar part, the fireworks for your that go behind your player. This VIP quest will also give you 1,400 extra jewels. Here's a closer look. Illustrated VV. I think he's been out for what, 6-7 months now? Really outdated by now. But Aqua and Stitch as a tier 6, so fairly recent. So one really old medal, one fairly recent one. Fireworks are really cool because they give you skill luck +6. If you've been playing since New Year's 2017 and you got that kind of Meow Wow avatar board that costs 7,770 jewels, the balloon set from that, Dream Eater balloon, that one was that one gave us skill luck +6, and we've been wearing that forever. So we finally have a different option if we want to ditch the balloons. Fireworks are cool, they're animated. And what else have we got? We have a weekly stone quest, this time a speed stone, open from now through October 1st, same as usual. And then we also have an Organization 13 event. Roxas is finally here. We get Roxas B. Kind of funny that we're now, winding down towards the end of the month, but better late than never. Number 13, Roxas. No hair for Roxas because his hair was already kind of done in a past avatar board. So instead of a new hairstyle, we can pick up the Organization 13 cloak with hood in this time's event. 13 quests, so we have the full week to complete it. And let's talk about his ability. Roxas B is an AoE medal that debuffs enemies' speed-based defense by 2 tiers for a turn. And his range multiplier condition is like the foretellers. So he deals more damage when there's only one enemy remaining in the group or when the raid boss limbs are stunned. He deals 12 hits, costs 1 gauge, and has a range multiplier between 3.44 up to 5.34 at max guild. So has a foreteller-like ability, but definitely a lot weaker on the multiplier, right? Because hey, free event medal versus super premium EX 15 mercy. But the speed-based defense -2 there, that's actually, in my opinion, that's pretty rare for reverse speed medals. I don't think there are very many medals that do this at all. I can think of Axel EX and Xehanort and Vanitas. That's +1 -1 for speed-based attack and defense. But it's always nice to see when an Organization 13 medal does more than just straight damage. So even though he's on the weaker side, it's another nice to have. Let's keep on going. Union Cross update. So update to multiplayer this time. We have a week to complete this. We can get a lot of Lux out of multiplayer this time. And they're giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, wait. No, this is 6 boards to complete. And when we complete these, we can pick up the 4-leaf clover that you hold in your hand for drop luck +3. Challenge boss time, same as usual, 7 and 11 p.m. in Japan. For 30 minutes, we can get a large amount of cross coins. And the increased Lux works like this. If you're in a quest and you see how much Lux you've gathered in the top of the screen, when you go to the reward screen, when you finish a quest, that number is multiplied by 1,000. So you can get millions of Lux out of a multiplayer session. And depending on how long you've been playing, if you've got strong enough decks, you may want to consider soloing multiplayer so that you're not kind of competing for Lux with other players if they're moving faster than you. I guess kind of true to the lore of the game, do we want to compete for Lux, or we want to just hoard everything to ourselves? Thankfully, the game kind of gives us an option to do that. You just hit the lock button that locks the multiplayer session to these players only, even if it's just yourself. So you can kind of go at your own pace and go gather that Lux, because if it's not time to spawn that monthly raid, Union Cross is going to be your best bet this week in terms of grinding that Lux for the solo Lux rankings and those jewels. Okay, finally, last notice. This is about a bug that they fixed recently. For a while now, random target medals were behaving as AoE medals, making them so good because random target medals have such high multipliers, especially Lingering Will, Illustrated Goofy, or Illustrated Donald B. Those medals have 16, 17x multipliers and are only supposed to be random target, but they've been AoE for a few days now. So they've just pushed out this update to you had to download app version 2.3.1 to keep playing, and you couldn't stay on version 2.3.0 to kind of keep abusing the bug. And they're giving us 900 jewels as an apology for this error. I'm pleasantly surprised by the 900 jewels, to be honest. Whenever there's kind of a screw up, I'm usually just expecting 300. But 900 is a pleasant number, not complaining. We'll take it. And gosh, Coliseum this month, between this bug, Kyrie EX dropping, and everyone just getting one more slot in their Keyblades thanks to the pets, the grind has just been ridiculous. At least this has been patched. Hopefully the kind of drop in rank slows down a bit, because it's just too much. I think it's so hard to climb. You're going more and more rounds for not many ranks, so I'm hoping that slows down. But what I'm really hoping is for next month they really make it so that people aren't going into tiers 16, 17. I think the top number one player now is in tier 18. Like, that's just so many rounds of Coliseum, so much repetitive gameplay. Please, please, please make Coliseum harder so we don't have to go as far. I always like to say an easy collie is the worst collie. Okay, but anyway, we made it through all the updates, so that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.